Hello and welcome to the B5 podcast. This is the first episode, and I don't really know how else to start it. I guess I'll introduce myself. I'm BoogieBot5. I'm a piece of shit, to quote David Dobrik, and I'm pretty creative. I do all kinds of shit. I'm working on a mixtape, working on YouTube, which I've been doing for years. I kind of just do it for fun. I'm on Reddit. I am on Twitter. I'm on TikTok, which is probably where I've been most successful, sadly. I'm working on a Star Wars sci-fi story. Just a bunch of stuff, kind of just to be creative, which is some weird urge that I have. But I thought the next logical step would be to start a podcast. So I'm just recording this on my phone, so the audio quality is pretty shitty. I'm still kind of sick, so if my voice cracks or whatever, if my throat's dry, just roll with it. I'm drinking Sprite. And that's pretty much all you need to know about me. I'm gonna have guests on this show. I'm gonna get some of my friends to come on and stuff, so it's not always just gonna be me. But I figured for the first episode, I'd talk a little bit about myself. Other than that, those are my creative interests. I'm a very, opinionated person. I'm political, obviously, if you follow me on Twitter or Reddit or wherever the fuck you found out about me. Obviously, I'm political. I actually just got done registering the vote. I moved a couple months ago, and I kind of slacked on updating my address, so I have the form right over there, actually, and I'm going to mail it out Tuesday, because tomorrow is Martin Luther King Jr. Day, and he is one of my favorite people ever. He's not only just a civil rights icon, but he had a lot of good ideas economically. A lot of people just associate him with, like, race, and obviously that's his main thing, but a lot of what he was saying is still exists as problems today, and it's kind of sad because you're going to see Trump be like, oh, your dream of racial equality has been realized, and it's like, no, dude, that's not it at all. So I don't know. Usually MLK Day pisses me off because everybody's like, oh, his dream has been realized. It's like, no, it hasn't, but parts of it have, and we've taken big steps since the 60s, obviously, and the civil rights movement really served its part, and a lot was accomplished, and he was a great man. I'm not even religious, but I think that I have a lot of respect for what he was saying and how he was saying it. And he was just what that movement needed at that time. And I think it's really special that, he just was such a positive figure, because usually historically there's good and bad with people. And personally, I'm sure MLK had his flaws too, but overall he was a very positive figure. And it's not often that you have something like that a lot of people can unite under, if that makes sense. But that's my thoughts on that. But I did register to vote. I am voting for Bernie Sanders, obviously. That's another thing I guess I should say too, is my biggest thing politically. I'll probably share my views on here a lot, but the biggest thing for me is first and foremost the environment, and climate change is probably the most important thing. But personally, getting a single-payer healthcare system, whether that's Medicare for all or a different single-payer system that's even more extremely to the public side, like public hospitals, like kind of like the NHS in the UK, but only we'd properly fund it in theory. So that's kind of my ideal system, but that's my number one issue, is getting a single-payer Medicare for all system adopted, and Bernie Sanders is the guy that's doing that. I don't trust, any other candidate right now that's running to do it. They've all kind of backtracked. But yeah, Medicare for all is my baseline thing. Like, regardless of where most of my views are, that's like my main view that I base all my decisions on, along with the environment and the legalization of weed. There's a couple issues, but those are my main ones. I'm a huge public services guy. I think that, like, a lot of services should just be public in general. Obviously, education, services like the fire department, police force, just a supporter of, like, public services in general. And I think the more services that are public, the better off society is, and we're kind of all invested in it too. So that's just kind of my general view on things to squeeze it in there. What else? I like video games, obviously. I'm a Halo guy. I grew up playing that. I played Halo 1, that was the first game I ever played, and ever since then I kind of just have been into Halo. Um, Halo 2 is my favorite game of all time, tied with Fallout 4. Fallout 4, I'll probably talk about that every once in a while. I'm kind of mad at Bethesda right now because of all the shit they've been pulling with 76. But overall, I'm still optimistic about the future. I think the next Elder Scrolls should be pretty good. Fallout 5, whenever the fuck that comes out, hopefully that's a banger. Fallout 4, though, like for all the shit it took, like it is not a bad game at all. I can see how some people don't like it because it's kind of different, but I feel like it's lumped in with like 76, and then it gets this negative connotation because it's like new wave Bethesda. But it's actually just a really good game. Like there's bugs and stuff, but like just objectively speaking, like it's a pretty sound game. Like it works pretty well. And obviously I use mods and stuff now, but like even without mods, I played that game. I still play that game obviously every week. I think I have like 89 fucking days in it on Xbox. So yeah, I'm kind of a Fallout nerd. Halo, obviously I play that every week too. I play MCC all the time, hop in for a few games of multiplayer or whatever. So I do that. Also, I don't know if you can hear that, but traffic outside's fucking annoying as fuck. So if you hear horns or like sirens, just like take a shot every time you hear it. Makes the experience more enjoyable, I'm sure. But yeah, what else? I like Paul McCartney. Paul McCartney is the fucking man. I like the Beatles. The Beatles are my favorite band of all time, but Paul McCartney is my favorite artist. Like his solo stuff's so fucking underrated. It's just infuriating. And it's like he was critically bashed a lot early in his career, which is just so fucking undeserved. Like Red Rose Speedway was bashed, and that's like a fucking banger. Band on the Run was received well. Venus and Mars. I'm naming off all these albums. You probably don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, but listen to them. Like just listen. Go to his Spotify. Go to his solo career. Go to like Wings. Then go to Paul McCartney. Look up which albums came out what year or whatever, and listen to it in chronological order. And it's just like this fucking experience. Some of it's really weird at first, and you're not gonna like it the first time you hear it. But listen to that shit twice. Like honestly, it sounds crazy. Like oh, listen to this album twice, and it's a lot of time investment. But like, I've told so many of my friends to do this, and they come back and they're like, "Fuck, my life has changed." Like I just sent my friends down this path of becoming Paul McCartney fanboys, and they're like, "Holy shit, thank you." And I don't know. I mean, I sound kind of crazy. I'm a huge Paul McCartney fanboy, though. I could talk about him for fucking hours. I won't on here now, but damn, I fucking could. But yeah, anyway, I like Paul McCartney and the Beatles a lot. Listen to his shit. Listen to fucking his new stuff. Politically speaking, too, his new stuff is very interesting. Um, there's a song where he talks about like overthrowing Trump and stuff, so that's pretty generic lib kind of figure, but I really do like him. Like he's a genuinely good person who's been famous like pretty much his entire life. And there's a lot of shit where he like made up for mistakes he made, and like very interesting guy if you read about his personal life. Um, John Lennon's kind of the I don't know, what do you call it, hipster Beatle. Like everybody's like, oh, I like John Lennon a lot, but I feel like that's just because he died. Like even the music when they were both alive, when they're putting out music together, Paul McCartney's stuff like just blows his shit out of the water. And I do like John Lennon's solo stuff quite a bit actually, but it's just not on the same level. And he was kind of preachy and stuff like that. A little bit of a hypocrite, but I still do value his message, and I think he was a good person too, who also tried to make amends towards the end of his life, which was sadly cut short. But anyway, enough about the Beatles. What else should I talk about? TikTok. That's probably what most people know me for. I think I'm at like 5,000 followers, which is like, what do followers even fucking mean on that app? Because they really don't correlate into views. It's all about the For You page. There's like a few people obviously that like follow you and you know who they are and you recognize them liking your videos consistently, but I mean, for the most part, followers really don't mean anything on there. It just looks nice, I guess. And yeah, man, I started on there. I really didn't. Oh, there's a fucking Car horn honking. Fuck that guy. Jeez. I live next to a fucking intersection, so it's like this shit constantly. So, whatever. But, what was I saying? Fuck, I forgot. Oh, yeah, TikTok. So, I started out on there kind of as a joke. My friends got me into it, and they'd like send me stuff on there. I didn't even post for like the first few months I had it. And I had this funny video of this fight outside my apartment. And it was like at a Wendy's, and this guy comes out and he's like yelling, and I'm like, oh fuck, this is gonna be good. So I go over there, and then the cook comes out and throws a bag of fries at the dude. He's like, get the fuck out of here, I'm gonna kick your fucking ass. You can't really hear it in the video, but it was really funny. And I posted it on TikTok just because I'm like, oh, I bet, maybe this will blow up or something, just cause. And it did. It got like on the For You page right away. Got a ton of views, but it didn't get any likes, and I still to this day don't know why it didn't get like any likes at all. And it still kind of pisses me off just a little bit. But it did get on the For You page, and once you get on the For You page once, they just come back to your account. So I've had a bunch of videos get on the For You page, some more famous than others, but my TikTok For You page personally was full of like a bunch of Trump shit. And I'm like, God, this app is like actively promoting Trump. There's a bunch of fucking idiots on here. And I look at the comments and they're like all pretty like, liberal, I'd say, left wing, which made me happy personally because it's like, wow, this TikTok's stupid. But at the same time, the app's promoting like the Trump shit. And I'm like, man, you're going to have a whole generation on here being brainwashed into supporting Trump because they see these famous TikToks and stuff. And I just didn't. It didn't sit well with me. Like, that's kind of the conclusion I came to. So I'm like, well, you know what? I'm going to counteract that with something that could possibly get some attention, but isn't outright liberal, but has, like, kind of more liberal undertones. I use the word liberal, even though I'm not even sure what I am, but, left-wing, I should say. Left-wing undertones. So I was like, well, it's got to be kind of subliminal. It can't be in your face, but just make conservatives look stupid was my objective. And I started the TikTok Boomer series, and the first video for that blew up, and then the second one blew up. And I guess apparently TikTok likes series. If you do series, it's likely going to blow up, because I have my TikTok Boomer series, and then I have Halo in a Nutshell series, and pretty much all those videos do pretty well whenever I put them out. But the TikTok Boomer one, that's like an original series, and they usually get promoted quite a bit, surprisingly. Even my more blatant ones kind of got some attention too, which was nice. But my recent ones haven't done all that well. So I'm wondering like if there's a limit I can push on there. It depends, I guess, what the context is or what the content of the tweets are. But it's interesting to think about. I still don't understand the algorithm. I kind of have a basic understanding of it, like in terms of what view counts get boosted and stuff like that. Like, it's usually like 0 to 500 views, 500 to 1,000, 1,000 to 3,000. And then after it gets to 3,000, it's like you either get boosted up to 10,000 or 11,000, or you get up to like the fucking 60,000, 70,000, or it just goes viral basically. But, once you get a video to 3,000 views, it's highly possible that it's going to get boosted up to some level. And most of my TikTok Boomer videos got boosted after the 3,000 view mark. So, I don't know. Kind of just a little TikTok rant, but I'm going to keep trying to put out Boomer videos. I don't know how well they're going to do or anything like that. But yeah, I'm kind of running out of TikTok content. I haven't gotten on the For You page for a while, so my growth is kind of stagnant right now. But on the flip side, my Twitter has been booming a little bit. This is actually, I should talk about Twitter a little bit too, but I started on Twitter back in like 2012 or some shit. You can look at my account, it'll say, but it was a long ass time ago. And I only got Twitter to talk to the whitest kids you know, Trevor Moore, Timmy Williams, Zach Krager, Sam Brown, and fucking Darren Trumeter. If that's his, I don't think that's his last name. I think it is Darren Trumeter. Darren, anyway. Sam, Zach, Timmy, fucking Trevor, and Darren. And I was a huge Whitest Kids You Know fan, which is just like a comedy group, sketch comedy group. And it's not even like, it's such like a weird style of humor. Like they're not really popular at all. They have probably a few popular sketches, but really they're kind of just a little bit of a cult following comedy group. And I really enjoy them. So I talked to Trevor Moore, and that was cool. But like that's all I used Twitter for, was just to talk to those guys. And I was on Reddit for a while, and after being on Reddit for a while, I'd see all these tweets, and I'm like, man, you know what? I'm gonna get on Twitter. I'm gonna get involved with that. And really, I just wanted like my opinion to be valued, I guess, which is kind of fucked up. But like, that's what I was looking for, was like vindication, if that's the right word. So I wanted to go on Twitter and kind of just blow up was my goal. And I mean, I kind of succeeded a little bit. I have some tweets that went viral, and obviously they were reposted on other people's accounts, which is kind of salty about that. But you know, at least they went viral. I mean, I guess it's just the fact that my message gets out there and stuff like that, and people enjoy it. That's kind of what I like. Not to be like an egotistical maniac, but like that's what I like to do. That's why I like to be creative, is to like have people react to stuff. And I think I value people's opinions too much, though. That's also like a negative. I don't know. But like, yeah, so I started tweeting again. I'm almost to like 200 followers now. I think I'm at like 190 something. And it's actually gone pretty well lately, though. I've gotten like a couple followers in the last few weeks, some good tweets. But yeah, mostly I don't know what to tweet. I just tweet like random bullshit, or like try and interact with boomers so I can make a TikTok or whatever. But God, boomer interactions are so hard to come by, especially like good ones. So like I've been pretty dry on my TikToks lately because I haven't had any good content to post. But yeah, I don't know what else. Twitter, TikTok, YouTube. Brief history with that, I guess. I mean, I started out probably when I was like 13 or 12. You can look back at the dates. I'm not really sure, but Black Ops 2 was like the first shit I posted. Sorry, this fucking Sprite's making me, or 7-Up or whatever the fuck I'm drinking, Sprite, is making me burp a little bit. But yeah, that's my Xbox in the background too. I probably should have turned that off. I'm not really thinking of surrounding noises or anything like that. So this is pretty amateur podcast. But fuck, what was I saying? YouTube. So I started out with like Black Ops 2 shit, like there's a studio in the game, and you could just post your clips directly to YouTube. So like I just did that for like my first few videos, and now they're like, I think they're kind of cool because it's like that time of my life, you know. So like I'm never gonna delete them or take them down or anything. I just they're fun to look back, and I watch them from time to time. But yeah, they're pretty cool. And then after that, I got an Elgato, and I got a shitty laptop that could hardly run the Elgato. But God, yeah, it was a long time ago. I'd play with my friends, and pretty much I was just like a rage gamer, which is kind of cringy now. But I was like 12 or 13, and I was like just fucking screaming at the top of my lungs, swearing and thinking it was funny, but it was actually just really stupid. So I deleted pretty much all of those videos, or privated them. I think I deleted most of them though. And God, that was like real shitty content, but I did get like a lot of views on some of the videos. And then I went from that pretty much right into like Halo Machinima stuff. I really liked Red vs. Blue, and I was kind of, I mean, it would have been a little late to the party because it's like 2014 or 13 when I started making Halo Machinimas, but they did pretty well for the most part. Like, one of my favorite videos is one of my first Halo clan recruitment videos, and it's just like, it's so stupid. Like, there's a part where I just walk across the screen and it's absolutely silent for like 30 seconds, but I think it's fucking hilarious. To this day, I enjoy that video. It's probably one of my favorites I've ever made. And that one did pretty well. It got a lot of dislikes because people think I'm serious about that shit, but it's like, To me, it's like a joke I have with myself and a few friends. A few friends like the videos, but mostly I just make it for me. Like, I think it's hilarious whenever I make a clan recruitment video. And it's like, it doesn't even really need to be funny. Like, there's sometimes where I'm just like, oh, hey, didn't see you there. And it's like, I just think it's like fucking hilarious for me. And I'm like this guy, I'm like, oh, hey, didn't see you there. It's me, BoogieBot5, King, Dictator, Queen, and blah, blah, blah of the United Republic. And it's like, I make all these videos and I don't even have a clan. I just, like, I mean, we have a clan, but it's like me and my friends. And it's just like this funny little thing, not even a real thing. But I get messages to this day from like whatever videos those people saw. I get like at least 5 a week. So like if I wanted to, I could be running the biggest fucking Halo clan in the world, I guess. But obviously that's like, I don't even know how clans work anymore. The community is pretty much dead. But yeah, maybe back in the day, I don't know. But still, I think they're funny. I have fun making those videos. But after those videos, I transitioned into like Fallout 4, I'm pretty sure. Um, Man, I have to go look. I think Fallout 4 though was pretty much right after my Halo phase. Um, that came out a long ass time ago. I'm surprised at how fucking long ago Fallout 4 came out. It's been out for a long time. But yeah, I went into Fallout 4. And that's pretty much when I blew up. I had some mod videos that did really well. Skyrim mod videos that did really well. I played Skyrim a lot. I'm always going to make Fallout 4 and Skyrim videos. Like, those are games that I still play and enjoy, so, hopefully I can have some other videos do well too, but mostly it's, like, mod videos that blew up and did well. That's probably where I got most of my subs from. I'm at, like, 700. Still not at 1,000 after all these years, but honestly, I don't even care. Like, I just enjoy making videos and putting shit out. Even some of my shitty videos, like, I just make these little meme ones almost, like, funny clips of like Skyrim or like glitches or whatever. Like I put them out, and some shit is like really shitty content, and other stuff's like actually pretty good videos that I spend time on. I like doing settlement tours for some reason because I spend a lot of time building in Fallout, and I guess I just like to show it off. I started doing a Let's Play series, but I always forget to like record shit, so like I don't know if I'm still gonna try and salvage my Fallout 4 Let's Play and keep uploading videos of that, but I don't know how well that's gonna turn out. I have a bunch of clips I haven't used yet, so I have to go through them and organize them, but like as far as I'm concerned, I'm like months behind on fucking that Let's Play series. And I didn't start um, new games in Fallout 4 like pretty much at all. I started one when mods came out. Like I had the same character for like over a year, and then mods came out, and then I started over, and then hardcore came out, and then I started over, and then I started over when I wanted to do a let's play, and that was like a couple months ago now, and fuck, I pretty much started over for nothing because I've slacked so hard on that let's play, but yeah, I'm on like my fourth playthrough, I guess, or fourth or fifth playthrough. I can't remember, but yeah, I fucking love that game. It does not get old for me. Like, I'll beat the main quest, and I'll be building. I'll be doing, like, the Radiant Minutemen quests or whatever, and yeah, I really don't know how I don't get bored with that game, but I just don't. It's, like, my go-to game. Same with Halo, but yeah, as far as RPGs and stuff go, Fallout 4, um, that's kind of my jam. Skyrim, I play that. Not as much as Fallout 4, but I still play it a lot. I used to play New Vegas like all the goddamn time. But now I don't even have New Vegas installed on my Xbox anymore. I just kind of play Fallout 4. But yeah, I made some New Vegas videos. I don't know. That's kind of what I'm talking about, huh, is YouTube. I always get distracted. I get like sidetracked and just start talking about whatever. I doubt anybody's even going to listen to this whole thing, so I guess it doesn't matter, but yeah, that's kind of my YouTube career up to this point. I do some I'm gonna try and do more videos with my friends. I like stream on Xbox, and then I just take the clips and upload them to YouTube. Like I've had a lot of fun playing Call of Duty with my friends. I don't even like Call of Duty that much, but I like playing with my friends. So I'll probably have some of those videos. Yeah, like I said, I'm gonna try and salvage that Fallout 4 Let's Play. Um, more Fallout 4 content, obviously. I'm going to do some more settlement tours. That's kind of like stuff I'll always do. Probably try and do some Skyrim stuff. I'm playing through it right now without mods, though. Like, I'm trying to get all the achievements, so we'll see how that goes. But, yeah, what else? Outer Worlds. Oh man, maybe I should talk about Outer Worlds a little bit because I just got that recently, and I was gonna do a Let's Play series on it, or at least make some videos or something, because there is some like pretty good dialogue in that game. It's actually a really funny game too, just in general. But I really liked it, and then I got to a point where I just like, I don't know. I wouldn't say I got bored with it, but like it just gets so repetitive, and I feel like I didn't want to do anything. I think that's the thing. Like I wasn't bored, but I just had stuff to do, and I was like, man, I really don't want to do this stuff. Like it's a lot of running around, and I mean that's what most RPGs are like. But like the fast travel is kind of goofy in this, and like getting in and out of your ship is like fucking 2 loading screens. It's really annoying. But yeah, I don't know. I'll beat it. I have it installed still. I'm almost done with it, but it's not like I haven't had any good content come out of it. Like I've recorded some funny clips. Um, I don't know if I'll upload them. I gave this one dude like a bunch of drinks and he got drunk and died, and that was pretty funny. But other than that, I mean, it's got some good social commentary, I think, as far as like unrestricted free market capitalism goes. But then it like kind of screws itself because it makes the whole objective to compromise with this like dystopian society, which like shouldn't be compromised with, because people are like born into slavery and shit, and it's like, you want me to compromise with this, really, dude? And that's like how you get the best ending. Otherwise, you have to kill a bunch of people if you want to go full fucking left wing on them, which is kind of stupid. But that's just my thoughts personally. It is a good game overall, though, I'd say, despite me not wanting to play it. But I will. I'll finish it. Um, God, what else? I covered TikTok, YouTube, my mixtape. I guess I could talk about that a little bit. Um, I've always really loved music, like passionately. Obviously, I talked about the Beatles and Paul McCartney earlier, and I fucking like, they're my main inspiration behind this. I fucking love those guys. Um, but yeah, I guess this started a few years ago. Like maybe when I was 15 or 16, I got a guitar, and I suck at playing guitar, but I'd still play it. And I'd have fun doing it, and I just wanted to make music. I wanted to be in a band. I wanted to make music, and none of my friends played any instruments. None of them wanted to be in a band. Well, I guess one did, but nothing really ever came of it. Um, there's another guy that I kind of know that was gonna play. He's really good at playing guitar, and we were gonna like just make some acoustic demo thing. But it never really panned out. And then I moved a little bit ago, and I guess this last summer I was working at this job, and I had some free time. I guess it was a full-time job, but the hours were really weird. So I'd have like some days where I'd work like 12-hour shifts, and then other days I would work like 2 hours, and I'd have the rest of the day just to do whatever I want. And I started working on music, like just actually, I'd always record myself playing guitar and singing, but it was like shit nobody would listen to, and it kind of fucking sucked because I couldn't play guitar and sing at the same time. So that's kind of how it started. But then I took those ideas, and I started listening to MGMT, which is like this hipster electronic like rock group, and I really like them a lot. And I was like, you know what? Maybe I could make some electronic kind of music. And then I started listening to Radiohead a lot. I've always liked Radiohead, but I went from MGMT to Radiohead for the specific purpose of trying to convince myself that I could make like electronic music, basically. So I listened to Radiohead, and then I listened to McCartney 2, which is, it's just the album. It's called McCartney 2 by Paul McCartney, obviously, and it's this weird ass fucking album, really weird. There's like one hit song on it, and that's the only song anybody knows. And like nobody, it's like one of his weirdest albums, and nobody even fucking listens to any of the music on it because it's so goddamn weird. But it's like right after Wings broke up, and you just made this weird fucking electronic, like it's the first of its kind. Like if you look at the history of like house music or whatever the fuck, EDM, like that's like actually the first album, which is crazy to think that Paul McCartney was like the pioneer of that shit, but he fucking is. And I found that out after the fact, after I was really into him already, so like it just made me think he was even cooler. But there's a song on there called like Dark Room. I listen to Dark Room a lot, and it's like it's pretty much it's just like one fucking line. It's like there's a place we can go. Let me show you to my dark room, and it's just like do 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 do, and it's all these fucking synths and shit. And there's another song called like Temporary Secretary, which is just like it's fucking god awful the first time you hear it, but then it's actually like a good song. And when you're fucking baked as shit, like that shit makes so much sense. And I'm not like the kind of guy that's like, oh, everything's better with weed, but like that song just fucking slaps when you're high as fuck. But anyway, I listened to that, and I listened to that album, and I listened to Radiohead, and I listened to MGMT, and I'm like, well, I have some stuff I've been working on. There's an app on iPhones called GarageBand, which is free. Most people have it. Most people don't use it. But for instrumentals and stuff, I couldn't really play guitar well, so I was like, I'll just mess around with GarageBand and see what I can make. So I started, messing with the synths on there, messing with the drums. You can make drum loops pretty easily on there. And so it's like really basic. I make it all on my phone. I do have a vocal app. I don't remember what it's called off the top of my head. I got it a while ago, but I use that for vocals. And then I just combine the instrumentals and vocals together, and that's the track. It's like really bare bones, basic setup. Like eventually I want to have enough money where I can like invest in actual recording equipment, but I'm broke as fuck, so like all I have is my phone. So like when you listen to my songs, which is, should probably say I'm Space Garden on SoundCloud, plug myself, whatever, fuck it. But yeah, if you listen to the songs, it's like Moon. I'll link it in the description below, but I'll link all my shit in the description below. But yeah, I guess I'll just do it track by track. I guess I wanted to have 10 tracks on my first, like, I guess mixtape or whatever. And I was gonna just do it all through GarageBand, and it's like it's fucking hard as shit to come up with lyrics and record vocals. Like I'm terrible at that aspect. Like I'll come up with instrumentals in like a day, and it'll take me like a fucking month to actually put vocals to it, and it's just so frustrating. Like I said before, I'm a creative person. I always drive myself to be creative, and it just fucking drives me insane when I cannot work on this just because I don't know what I'm doing, and it's like it's so frustrating. But yeah, I guess the first track that I did was Nothing Ever Changes. I worked on that during the summer. It was before I moved, shortly before I moved. Um, and I did like some of the instrumentals, I think. And then when I moved, I didn't do anything for a while because I was moving. But then I did vocals, and I had a really good take, and I was like, man, this might actually work. And so I made this song, and it sucks. Like it's not good. I think like objectively speaking, I think it's like okay, but like personally, I just think it fucking sucks, and I don't like it at all. But I spent a lot of time on it. Like it was like probably 3 months of work, 4 months of work, and really it was just kind of me messing around with stuff, like seeing how my process would be if I wanted to make music that way, like with just a phone. And so yeah, I did it. I uploaded it to SoundCloud, which you only get like a certain amount of minutes. That's kind of stupid. Like I think I have like 2 hours of time that I can upload. So I mean, I'm not gonna get anywhere close to that probably, but yeah. So I uploaded that first song, and that was all I had out for a little while. But I really wanted to have like ultimately I wanted like a 10-track mixtape. I'd drop like maybe 3 singles and then put out the 10 tracks, and that would be like my first album. That's how I saw it in my head. But then eventually I was like, I can only do so much with GarageBand. I mean, there's other people that make all kinds of crazy shit on GarageBand, but for me, I could not do anything outside of like basic drum loops and synths and shit, and everything kind of sounded the same, just a little bit. And I'm like, I mean, this is fine for now. I guess it's fine for a first little mixtape thing, but I'm not going to have 10 songs that sound like this. That's kind of what my thought process was. Sorry, my throat's getting dry. I keep fucking talking. But, yeah, that's the point of this, right? Talking. Anyway, what else? So I did my first track, Nothing Ever Changes, put that out. I sent it to a few friends. I didn't really want it to, like, get out, though, because it was so shitty, I just wanted to put it out there, and then if people found it, but, I just told a few of my close friends. And they actually did like it. I was kind of surprised. Like, even people that don't like electronic music or weird shit, They liked it. It is pretty emo. All my songs are kind of emo because I was like in this weird depressed mood. I still am. I'm still a depressed person, I'd say, but I'm like, I recognize it. I'm kind of like Linkin Park, like that cringy emo stuff, but it's actually like pretty decent music. Not saying my music's decent by any means, but like that's kind of what I compare it to that, like where it's like it's emo because it's supposed to be kind of, but it's not like openly cringy either. I'd say like I'll give myself a little bit of credit and say it's not like you're not gonna like cringe when you listen to it, but yeah. So I did my first song and I was like, I really want to put out um at least one more track just so I have like two tracks out, not just one track, which is kind of weird OCD for me. I didn't want to just put out one song and then, wait fucking a year until I have my 10 tracks done. And then I made this song. I listened to, it's actually really interesting. This is probably where my most direct influence came from. And you can hear it in the song if you listen to it now. But I did Solo next. There's just Solo. I actually do like this song a little bit, giving myself some credit. I don't think it's good, like objectively speaking. I think it's pretty shitty. Like it's basic and vocals are shit, but I'm proud of it. Like I can say this is the first one I listened to and I was like, oh, I actually do like this a little bit. But yeah, I listened to two songs, Come On People by Paul McCartney, which is off his like 90s album, Off the Ground. And it's just this piano song and it's like, where we're going to get it right this time, and he's just playing piano and singing. And then the next song I listened to like right after that was Daydreaming by Radiohead, and it's off their Moonshaped Pool album. I really like that album. And it's just a very simple piano track with some synths in the background. And I was like, you know what, I'm just going to make a song that's just synth and just piano, very basic. And I kind of take the sound of the Radiohead piano a little bit, but I didn't want to like, straight up copy it. I just kind of made it sound generally similar. I don't know what notes are or anything, so I just played stuff that sounded like high and low, I guess. So I made that song and I put it out like probably a week after my first song went out on SoundCloud. And that one actually did pretty well. I think that got like some traffic from like other listeners, like they actually recommended it to people, which was kind of cool. And then I did get some steady traffic. I got some followers. I got some listeners. I think I only have like 4 or 5 followers on SoundCloud, but yeah, I mean, it was kind of cool that like even 6 listens from like a recommendation. That's kind of cool, like just for me. But yeah, so I put it out and it didn't sound anything like my first song. Like it's kind of similar, just a little bit, but it's not like anything. It just didn't sound similar, and I'm like, you know what? I want to put out another song that sounds kind of like this, like so it's a little bit more cohesive, if that makes sense. And I made this song called Moon, which is the title track for my EP that I was gonna do, and I was like, I knew the EP or mixtape or whatever would be called Moon from the beginning because the picture is of the moon, and it's just Moon. So I was like, I'll just do the title track and put that out as a single, and I did, and it sounds pretty much exactly like Solo. I mean, it's a little different, but that was my goal, was to have those two sound alike, kind of complement each other. And I have to say that's probably my favorite song that I've made. They're all shitty. All 3 of them are pretty shitty, but like as far as Solo and Moon goes, I actually do like those ones a little bit. I'm proud of them at least. I still fucking hate my first song, but I'm gonna leave it there just because it's part of the journey. And yeah, eventually after I put out Moon, fuck, it took for fucking ever just to make 3 songs. So I was like, there's no way in hell I'm gonna make 10 tracks on this goddamn thing, which I think I said before. But yeah, so I decided to just cut it down to 5 tracks. I'm gonna work on 2 more tracks. I have some instrumentals, but like I'm not really sure if they're gonna flow with anything, if that makes sense. Like I'm sure I'm gonna change it up quite a bit, and then put vocals to it. Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of still thinking about that. I'm not really sure what I want to do, but I have like 10 instrumental tracks, like 10 fucking instrumental tracks that I could try and turn into songs. It's just so hard to put vocals to them. Like I'll make them and then I'm like, man, I cannot sing to this at all. There's no way I can put vocals to this or lyrics or anything. So I mostly just throw most of them away or save them, and maybe I'll use them one day, I don't know, but I'll probably do some more simple piano tracks and call it good. And then I'll probably make music once I get actual equipment or friends or a collaborator or something. But like honestly, I think I'm gonna be fine for quite a while with just the 5 tracks and put it out and call it good, if that makes sense. And then yeah, make music when I have the ability to make shit I can actually like see in my mind, you know, like make it sound the way I want it to sound. So it's not like just this basic shit that I'm pretty much what I'm capable of making. Like I want to make shit that I'm not capable of making right now. And yeah, I don't know. I guess that's it. I kind of want to make stuff that sounds like more rocky. I want to have somebody play guitar and drums and all that shit. Like I don't want to just have like electronic music. I still want it to be electronic a little bit, but I also want like kind of like a Coldplay sound. I like Coldplay a lot. I like their new album a lot. Fuck, their new album fucking slaps. My fucking throat's so goddamn dry. I'm sorry. But listen to Coldplay's new album. That shit fucking slaps. Yeah, that's kind of my mixtape update, track by track, I guess. Nothing Ever Changes, first song. Solo was the second song. Moon was the third song. I do have to say it probably did get better every time, which is kind of the case for everything, but listen to it, make up your own mind, I guess. Or don't. But yeah, once that's out, I'm working on 2 more songs. I don't know how long it's gonna take, but that's what I'm doing. Fuck, it's been 40 minutes. I'll try and wrap this up quick, but yeah, other thing I'm working on is a Star Wars sci-fi story, Star Wars fanfic, I guess. And that just started, like, I wanted to write. I've always liked writing, and I've been working on this sci-fi story for like 4 years. And I'm like, man, this is pretty much just like Star Wars. I like lightsabers too, and I like the whole Jedi thing. Like, I kind of like the whole vibe of the universe, and it's already established. So I think that writing a story within that universe would be a lot easier than just creating aliens and like, I don't know, like I can kind of just do that within the Star Wars universe, if that makes sense. So I'm working on this story. It's gonna be a series of short stories. It's gonna focus on a bunch of different characters. One's the Chancellor of this new republic. It takes place thousands of years in the future, like after Kylo Ren, after fucking the new trilogy or whatever. Like it's thousands of years in the future, clean slate, new characters, everything. Like it's not related to the current thing, and that's what I wanted because I want like an original story. So there's this character that's a Chancellor. There's a soldier. There's a general. There's a Jedi. There's a few Jedi, and then there's the villain, a Sith Lord. I don't know, pretty interesting stuff. I'm still in the early stages of working on the first story, but I do have quite a bit done actually. I don't know how long that's gonna take. I haven't worked on it for like a week or two, but yeah, I don't know. I'll share that when that comes out. But I'm kind of working on that. I've always been working on that just a little bit, and then I kind of tweaked it to fit in Star Wars, and I don't know. It's just everything's a process, and I always like want to rush myself. And I feel like I'm just incompetent or like not doing enough some days, and it drives me insane when I'm just not being creative. Like if I do something at least once a day on one of those things, whether it's YouTube, mixtape, writing, whatever, then I feel like I've done something useful that day. But if I just don't do anything creative someday, I'm just like, god damn, like I just wasted a day pretty much, you know. But yeah, my throat fucking hurts. I'm probably gonna wrap this up pretty quick. I mean, that's pretty much it about me. I don't know what else to say. Um, yeah, covered TikTok, covered YouTube, mixtape, interests. Talked about Paul McCartney, talked about Fallout, talked about Twitter. And yeah, I guess you know what? This is my 200 follower special. I'm just dedicating this to my 200 followers, even though I haven't hit it yet. But fuck it, why not? 200 follower special. There you go. All right, so thanks for listening. If you did listen, I doubt anybody did. But yeah, I don't know when the next episode of this podcast will be out. I'm going to try and get a guest so I'm not just talking to myself for fucking 45 minutes. But yeah, thanks for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe. Everything I'm working on is linked down below. Subscribe to my other YouTube too. I'm trying to hit 1K. God damn it. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Or listening. Fuck.